Okay, set up with your head on a 1-inch block. Glutes are firm, abs are firm, obliques are firm, chin is tucked, neck is packed. And here we're training hip flexion with the other ankle supported. So we're gonna pull our knee up as hard as we can, and we're gonna hold it there for time, like you would a plank. So we'd hold that there for time, and then we switch this into the other side. So here what I want you to see is my glute is flexed. My abs are flexed, everything's on. Time to break down single leg hip flexion with your ankle supported at the foam roller. Not only is it important to have strong glutes and a strong posterior chain, but we have to have a healthy anterior chain as well. When you're squatting, both sides of the joint are working, not just your glutes. So here we go into hip flexion. Hip flexion is so important. You're gonna need a mini band around the arches of your feet, all right? Use the weakest mini band that you have, the lightest mini band, because this move can be pretty tough. So go for the weakest mini band, because we're gonna be holding this movement for time. Occasionally we'll do it for reps, but I like it for time, which means you're holding it, not just repping in and out. So set up the mini band around the arches of your feet. You're also gonna need a foam roller, and you're also gonna need a support for your head. So let's get set up. So make sure that the foam roller is square, it's not off at an angle. We want the ankles, knees, and hips square while we're doing this movement. So my head is supported by a 1-inch block. My chin is tucked, neck is packed, my core is neutral. So I might be slightly to the posterior. I'm not anterior. We have to lock in slightly to the posterior. So glutes are firm, abs are firm, neck is packed, and I'm testing my abdominal region at all times. Obliques are firm, abs are firm. I can't get in under my ribs. So lock in that brace. From here, we need to go into hip flexion and knee flexion at the same time. We're gonna create 9 degrees at both joints. So here we go. Deep breath in. And here we're gonna hold this posture for time. My elbows are helping me balance. So I'm not holding them up in the air. I'm keeping my elbows down so I have balance. My knee is pulled up as high as it will go. I'm not hanging out down here. Little pro tip here. The higher you can get into hip flexion, the deeper you can squat safely. If you can't get into hip flexion, you can't really create a strong position at the bottom of your squat or lunge. So pull that knee up really high. Keep the chin tucked. A lot of people will start bracing and their head comes up. So keep the chin tucked, keep the neck packed. Hold that for time. With this other leg, I'll show you a couple other things here. So we lock that position. Everything's braced. This glute must be on. Watch this glute right here. A lot of people go into hip flexion, they lose their glute. Keep that glute locked in. Abs firm, chin tucked, this knee is nice and high. Now other people will say, oh, I lost my glute on this side. You can't have your glute on this side. This side is being stretched. So that glute might still be firing, but it's in a stretched position. So it's gonna feel different than when it's inflated with your legs straight. So don't worry about that. Focus on good glute bracing through your straight leg, chin tucked, neck packed, core organized. One other thing I want you to focus on, don't point your toes. Dorsiflex at the ankle, tuck the chin, but that dorsiflexion is gonna lock that band in without you shooting it at someone else. And it's also gonna help you transfer that posture into your squat. You don't point your toes when you squat. You get into dorsiflexion when you squat or lunge. So very important to have that posture down as well. So we've locked in the posture, hold that for time. If you were gonna do it for reps, this is what it would look like, and we'd pair it with our breathing. See how there's no rush? There's no rush with the movement. I fully breathe in, and then I breathe out fully as I pull up, and then I breathe in as I come back down. There's no rush with my breathing, and there's no rush with the rep. Slower is better. Active, solid brace and connection is so much better than fast right now. All right, so that is single leg hip flexion work with your ankle supported at the foam roller. Lock that move in, We're gonna need it for future exercise, that strength. We need that strength for future exercises. All right, good luck, have fun.